This happened back in 2019, and even now, I sometimes look at her across the room and think, how on earth did we end up here back in university? I was hopelessly in love with a girl from one of my classes, let's call her Emily. We had a few lectures together, ended up in the same project group once, and slowly built one of those flirty friendships where you're never quite sure if it means something more. My friends were convinced she liked me. Dude, she's into you, they kept saying, just tell her already. After weeks of overthinking every possible outcome, I finally worked up the courage. One evening, sitting on my bed with my heart pounding, I typed out a long message, not overly dramatic, but honest enough to say what I felt. My hands were literally shaking while I typed. I reread it about 20 times, then I hit send. A few seconds later, my stomach dropped. I had sent it to the wrong Emily. Turns out I had two Emilys in my contacts. One was my crush from class. The other was someone I had met briefly at a random campus event months earlier and barely remembered. Guess which one? Received my heartfelt confession. Panic hit instantly. I considered unsending it, but it was too late. She had already seen it. About a minute later, my phone buzzed. Her reply said something like, wow, I definitely wasn't expecting that. But hey, do you maybe want to grab coffee and laugh about this accidental confession? I'm not proud to admit this, but I genuinely considered never replying and disappearing forever. But at that point, the embarrassment had already happened, so I figured I might as well face it like an adult worst-case scenario. We'd laugh about it once and never talk again, so we met up for coffee. And we did laugh a lot, but somewhere between the jokes and awkward explanations, I realized something unexpected. She was incredible. Sarcastic, thoughtful, weirdly insightful, and effortlessly kind in a way that immediately made me feel comfortable. We kept hanging out after that. At first it was mostly as a running joke. We called ourselves the accidental couple, but somewhere along the way, the joke stopped feeling like a joke. The feelings grew slowly, naturally, and for the first time, I didn't feel anxious or confused about whether someone liked me back. Being with her was just easy. Fast forward to 2022, I proposed to her. This time very intentionally. We got married last year, and sometimes when people ask how we met, I tell them the truth. I accidentally confessed my love to the wrong girl, but somehow I ended up with exactly the right one, TL Drive. I accidentally confessed my feelings to the wrong girl in college. She suggested we get coffee and laugh about it. 3 years later, I proposed. Now she's my wife.